And 2 and 1 and rolling live from the 6th subfloor basement. Every time you look at me and I crack up. Why do I look over there? Live from the 6th subfloor basement of the Guys, Games, and Beer Tower. It's Guys, Games, and Beer!
Hooray and stuff.
Wow.
Howdy, everyone.
Oh, yeah. So
we should probably get into beer court because we have a beer and I want to drink it.
They're running low. We need to start.
thirsty.
Yeah.
I suppose we should start it.
Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-da-da. Beer court. Hey, all right. So Larry, what do we got for beer court tonight?
Oh, sorry, I'm busy.
Sorry, too busy.
Wow, I'm too busy pouring this beer.
Okay, okay. So we have a beer out of Dallas, Wisconsin.
Beautiful downtown Dallas, Wisconsin.
Yes, Dallas, Wisconsin. I actually don't know
you
where
said that wrong. I was like, I thought earlier you said it was Dallas.
I've never heard of Dallas, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I haven't either. But it says here that Valkyrie Brewing Company, which I'm gonna go with, and I'm not even gonna. I don't know this, but we can look it up later. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a woman-owned with a name like Valkyrie, right?
Okay, that I can see that.
Valkyrie Brewery, and out of Dallas, Wisconsin. And so this is Whispering Embers, smoked Oktoberfest, brewed with beach smoked
a little
malt.
late for Oktoberfest.
So,
Dude, but
well,
it is smoked.
I mean,
they smoke it to kill all
I went.
I am a little worried that it's only left on the shelf because it wasn't very good.
I did go to the liquor store and I'm looking
That's it. It smells like beef jerky.
I'm looking for all the different, and we got a nice.
Oh, it does.
It smells like beef jerky. No, that's got a smoky smell. No, it's a freaking beef jerky smell.
All right, so
I'm okay with this though.
All right, let's give it a try.
Oh, we're supposed to try it now.
Ooh. Oh. No, it was on the shelf for a reason.
Pass.
Oh, I'm so nervous now.
Sorry.
Okay, so I think
it doesn't taste
I think
bad.
Smoke is smoky. If
I
you
kinda like it.
smoke,
Liquid smoke.
Yeah, you know that's it. It tastes like liquid smoke, but
you
nothing
like,
else.
If you like peaty, scotches and stuff, you might like this.
I'm saying I kind of like
But it doesn't
this.
taste like beer at all. It tastes like liquid.
it's too much.
It's earthy as fuck.
It's a little
Ryan to the
too
rescue.
much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Sorry, okay, you know what this is? This is okay. You
think
take
it's
a
fine.
beer, you accidentally spilled some of your campfire ashes in it.
It does
You're
say.
like, oh shit, I'm still gonna drink it.
It
That's
does-
fine.
yeah.
But I've been too drunk to remember.
It does say whispering embers. So,
Those are raging
This is-
fucking
yeah.
embers, dude.
This is
They are
Holland.
screaming
let's see if
at
there's
you.
anything else on it? Like, there's no other
I don't know if I'm
description
good with
or
that.
anything.
I would have rather had like the sip.
Yeah.
It's cool for a novelty.
You know what? It's a novelty beer. There you go. It's a novelty beer.
Every
Can
beer's
you drink
got a place.
two?
No, I don't know if I
Yeah,
can.
well, it
For sure.
What's that?
That it's malty.
Yeah, malty.
It doesn't. It's
And
not lying
smoky.
about that.
it
If you
delivers on the smoke.
I think it's fine. I wouldn't drink a whole one, but I think.
Well,
It's
But
Hey.
now what's interesting is, of course, the people that are more positive on it are drinking it out of a glass.
We'll try it like this. I bet
I
it
mean,
does.
I'm
I
drinking it out of
think
a
it's not
bottle.
going to make any damn
I'm
difference.
drinking
Give
it
me
out
the
of a
glass.
bottle, and
I bet it's more.
okay.
I bet it's more intense.
Solidly okay.
Probably more intense on the glass because you'll be able to smell it more.
I taste the same.
Yeah, it tastes exactly.
All right.
It's
Well,
so-
there for those critics that tell us that we should be drinking our beers out of a
It
glass.
tastes
Well,
the
you
damn
should be
same.
drinking your beers out of glasses, but sometimes we're lazy.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
And sometimes it doesn't help.
Always.
Sometimes
Yeah, I was gonna
Glass
say.
it came in.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right. Shall we, guys?
Always. Man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't finish. I don't think you're gonna
Wow.
finish this.
Okay.
All right.
We don't often do this, but wow, guys, that one kind of.
That went south in a hurry.
That one went south in a
Oh,
hurry.
you saw it?
Up in a blaze
We
of
tried
hot
it. Now we
blood.
know.
Yeah.
And now we know.
And now we know why an Oktoberfest
and
was
now
still on the
you
shelf in January. You are correct. Nobody would buy it.
Yep.
I don't think this is a function of January. I think if you got this like
In October, it still suck.
yeah, I think if you
still-
exactly the
Well,
same.
yeah, some people bought it in October, tasted it, and returned it, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
All right, Judge Rob, time to pass verdict on this.
Count one, smoke in the boys' room. Guilty.
Oh, hell yes.
Count two, fish ass.
Fish ass.
I was going to say tastes like beef
Total
jerky.
fish ass.
Tastes like beef jerky.
It delivers.
Beef jerky
I'd
is
also-
delicious.
I'd like to-
This is fish ass.
It is exactly what it says it is.
I'd also like to just give them extra bad points for their label. It's not very good.
All right, I'm going to give you that too.
The top V's is kind
Well,
of
they made
It's
it
a
really-
family-owned
They
company.
made it really hard to read the name of their own fucking company right
You know,
here.
if our episode covers look better than your beer cover,
I'm
that's
just
a bad sign. I'm just saying.
Maybe they let they have like
Oh,
children.
Valkyrie
Maybe their
Brewing
children
Company.
did it.
Yeah, you can't read it.
You can't even
Well,
see
they
it.
have a website. It's
Yeah, but you can't. Their logo is just budgeted. He's
Even
right.
if you love this, you'd be like, well,
Their
who makes
website
this?
is
Who
just
makes
as
this?
bad.
Oh,
It does say-
oh.
It's unpasteurized, and we're supposed to keep it cool. So unpasteurized means it doesn't really last as long, right?
Correct.
So
Well,
I didn't know that
it
beer was
has.
pasteurized.
I mean, it's
Some
sealed.
beers are, some beers aren't.
But it's been removed. All bacteria's been removed.
And
Right?
this is their website.
All right. Oh, ooh, that's a bad website. All right, Rob.
Is that a
What?
GeoCities website?
Yeah. All right, Rob. Why are we really here tonight besides to rail on this beer?
Do we have a final verdict?
Yeah, we did. He passed
Yeah,
the
we
verdict.
We
Oh,
were
wait.
like-
You were here.
No.
Oh, yeah, you want sentencing?
No,
Yeah.
I don't want
Wait,
this.
it's repeat sentences.
All right.
Yeah, there's gonna be sentencing, man.
You are hereby banished to the back of the fridge.
Please, hurry up.
Unfortunately, we opened all.
This might be worse than
There's a whole
the
new
emergency
sentence.
beer.
No, I do like that. That
A
was
whole new sentence. I love it.
All right. Rob, why are we really here tonight?
Well, tonight we're here with...
Our guest.
Oh, wait.
Did we lose him?
Oh
I'm here.
Oh,
no.
okay.
We're here with
It's
Ryan.
not loud. It's not loud like you guys are.
I know. All right,
All right, Ryan, your turn.
we got you now.
I feel like I need to be yelling and talking about root beer because that's the only type of beer I drink.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we're here with Ryan, and Ryan, you're with.
I am with Old School Gamer Magazine, and I help to run some arcade auctions in Iowa.
All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit? What is Old School Gamer Magazine?
Old School Gamer Magazine is made basically for anybody that's interested in old games, the retro games, the classic games, whatever you want to call it, from the cartridge era up to about a PS1 era of stuff. So the simple games, we didn't have 15 different buttons to control and VR and all the other funky stuff. When, in my opinion, the controller was perfected when we got to about 3 buttons. Anything more complicated than that is a little bit too far for me.
Okay, guys, opinion on that one?
Okay, I've seen some bad controllers back in the day. I do have to say, though, the Xbox 360 controller was like the pinnacle of controller design. I mean, I know it's got a few more buttons, but it's comfortable.
I don't know.
I love old school games, and there's plenty of great old controllers. But
I
that's
agree.
a tangent.
I
That's a
agree
good
with
one,
you.
though.
And 9 times out of 10, you really only just use one button.
Yeah.
And the cross.
You're like, oh man, I'm playing a fighting game. Let's just kick.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna play Blanca again. Oh, sorry guys.
still, if I even have to go back and play Galaga, I still would rather play it on the Xbox 360 controller.
But we obviously love our retro games.
Neil said
I
that.
need an Atari controller.
That
every
is
time.
what we are all about, the retro games. So,
No, they hurt.
when did you want?
Not an original one. I mean, like one of the aftermarket.
The original one hurts too.
Zero.
Hi, Larry.
Play it
Larry,
enough?
Larry, back to the show. So, Ryan, when did you launch this magazine?
I launched the magazine in, the first issue was November up at the Portland show, if any of you guys have ever gotten up to that. And we had it all over a bunch of different expos, and we'll have it coming up at the Midwest Gaming Classic, where I remember seeing your whole gaggle of people at. It's basically a free digital magazine, or you can pay to subscribe to it. But if you check out our site at oldschoolgamermagazine.com or just oldschoolgamer.com, you can get a free copy of one issue sent to you at no cost, just so you can check it out a little bit.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
It
Okay,
works.
so
So I was reading on a thing that you acknowledge that there's been a few different retro games magazines that have come out. What
Yep.
did you see that and have sort of come and gone? What did you kind of see that maybe they could have done better that maybe would have helped?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been researching, looking into doing this for a year or two now. My involvement, I've gotten involved in and enjoyed seeing all the magazines that are out there. I've subscribed to a couple of them, including one called Retro that was around for a while, faded, and is hopefully coming back if the new guy can kick it up and all. The difference between what we've done and what these others have done is, first of all, I have publishing experience. I published a disc jockey magazine for mobile DJs for the last 25 years. So we have experience there. The second thing that we've done that's really hit us really heavy duty is get ourselves out there, get to all these different expos. I've been at 5 of them so far since the launch. I've got like 15 more on my schedule. We're getting out there and meeting the people that are interested in this, getting the magazines in their hands, meeting writers that really know their stuff. That's not just surface level stuff, deeper material than what I've seen carried in some of the other magazines before. So it's a combination of promote the heck out of it, hooking up with the right people, and giving it away to see what people think of it to start with. I mean, I don't expect people to invest any money in a magazine that I put together until they've actually seen it once.
Well, except for Rob, who already subscribed to it without sight unseen. But that's a whole other
What's an example of deeper material?
Oh, you know.
An example of deeper material. Okay, let's see if I've got an issue handy. The second issue that came out that has a Donkey Kong theme on it, we went into some extreme detail on, not extreme detail, some detail of the PlayStation, technical details. I had a guy write literally a 3,000 or 4,000 word piece going through the technical details of how they built it, stuff in the background of it. We had another guy cover a whole piece, Leonard Herman, who's fantastic on the stuff, did a whole piece on how Nintendo was actually involved in the first Odyssey. Did you guys know that?
Oh,
I did not know that.
Okay, I'll tell you the short version of the story is, and you can check it out on the magazine. Okay, remember the big rifle Western-style gun that came with the original Odyssey that you would shoot the dot on the screen?
I own one.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah,
we play it.
We play it.
You have it
Okay.
MCC.
If you compare that with the Nintendo gun that came out a couple years before, they're virtually identical. And there's actually Nintendo fingerprints on that gun. So if you check out the article, you can see a lot more details about how that all came together. How Nintendo was really involved in the video game industry back around the Odyssey time. Not just when Atari was going to possibly bring in the NES originally, but actually a good, what were we doing, almost 10 years earlier, Nintendo was involved in the video game arena.
You officially piqued my interest.
Yeah, that's a nice piece of in-depth research.
Oh, it makes sense in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, when they had what they had their hands in at that time. I mean,
Right.
And they had sort of, the story goes. I mean, they were already going to be kind of background, and let the Atari name ride.
Right.
But, Atari messed that up.
So, you got a general idea of kind of like what era of games you guys cover. Is this kind of like period pieces, like, I mean, stories from, how consoles were made or stories of that time? Or is it kind of stuff today, how it relates today in stories?
Yes, it's both.
Okay.
To give you a good example, we're doing articles on visiting different arcades, like we did one on Galloping Ghost. We did one on the Pinball Hall of Fame in Vegas. We're doing different stuff on some of the expos. We want to start doing articles literally on people like yourself doing stuff, so maybe I'll get you guys into our magazine somehow. Something to that effect on stuff. We're doing material on retro brews, home brews that people are coming up with.
Oh, yeah.
I had a column that debuted in this latest issue saying, I didn't know my retro console could do that. And it's literally about some Atari 2600 games released by Atari Age that they're putting co-processors in these things and making the Atari 2600 look graphically almost as good as an NES or a Super NES on stuff. So there's some really cool stuff out there. We're covering the new Hyperkin consoles, the Retrobit consoles, the new Retron 77 that's going to come out sometime later this summer, that you're going to be able to play your Atari cartridges HDMI upscaled. I mean, there's some cool stuff in the process right now.
Yeah, and that's the retro scene right now, because I'm a big guy who does a lot of modding myself, but just the items I can get for my retro gear, is just freaking unbelievable.
Brings
So
a whole new life.
I own the like things like the Fairchild Channel F and the Bally Astro Arcade, and I actually own one of the RCA Studio 2s. The fact that people are writing new games for these systems and like things like multi-carts
It's
and
a sign of
everything else
masochism.
is unbelievable. I mean, think about this. The RCA Studio 2. That's, again, one of these obscure nothing systems that was an absolute flop. Yet there are some people out there writing brand new material for it.
Oh, it reminds me, I gotta put in my order for a new Moon Patrol for Vectrex.
Well, here's another one.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get that,
A friend
too.
of mine, one of my writers, fixed impossible mission for the Atari 7800. He made it possible. We're gonna have a little bit of a piece on that. There's some fantastic stuff coming out for these old consoles, and not just the Nintendo and Super Nintendo era, but going back even further than that.
Yeah, no, it's this is really, as far as from a retro standpoint, I kind of consider this right now the golden age of retro gaming. We've talked about this on the show before. The problem is that the systems we're all talking about, like you're talking about, with the new generation of gaming systems, I don't know if we're going to have this kind of retro scene 20 years from now, 30 years from now, because of the hardware limitations, things not being able to run without servers and backbone support. Yeah. I think we're seeing the end of this kind of ability. So it's again, this is the golden age of retro
it'll be stuck
gaming.
in this forever, basically.
Which system is the triangle system?
Oh, that's the Coleco.
The-
Coleco.
All right.
It's a Coleco system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voted one of the
Would
top
it be
10
great if they
ugliest
were writing
systems
new
of all
things
time.
for that? And like, you got a new triangle
Technically,
insert?
you could. You
I
really
thought it was
could.
beautiful.
We've
Someone's
got
gotta
again. We have some
fall
of
in
the
that
obscure
grade.
systems.
They're just jealous.
So, with your publication, is it a monthly, bi-monthly? How many issues are you guys planning to do in a year?
It is bi-monthly, so it's 6 issues in a year. We charge a $30 subscription if you want the print copy delivered to you. Otherwise, you get the digital version via our app or on a browser, and we even let you download the PDF. So our whole goal is just to get it out there for people to see it. We figured if they like it enough, they want to throw a couple bones towards it continuing on and on and on, they're going to do it. If they casually want to check it out, that's still fine with me, because that helps our advertisers out real nicely.
And how long
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have advertising support in there?
We're starting to get some paid advertising on stuff. The first issue or two, we basically have just been spreading the word and kind of gifting it to them, sort of like how we're gifting it to the potential subscribers, giving them a first free issue. We've gotten the attention of the manufacturers in the area, the people making these retro consoles, the people making some of the other units out there, and on the expos. I mean, we were in a week and a half ago, we were at 2 different expos just in SoCal, and they took care of us real nicely. We handed out magazines to everybody. We've got 3 of them we're doing one weekend in July. We're going to be all over the country with stuff. And people really taking to it very nicely and really showing some love for us.
I'm just checking out a couple of details in your site. I have to point out to anybody who wants to check it out. Their magazine e-reader is truly awesome. I don't know what they're using, but it really feels like an actual digital magazine.
We're getting into embedding videos in it and that kind of stuff too. So it's going to be really a true multimedia, experience on that stuff. We're open to do some neat stuff. It just all depends on how much people take to what we're doing.
So
Yeah,
what got you into the idea of doing a paper mag?
Well, I'll tell you, the DJ magazine that I'd done forever, okay, we actually took it out of print a year and a half ago during the summer at its 25th anniversary issue. The DJs are very high-tech with stuff, so they're all into the newer technology, all that kind of material. But we figured, think about it, that all of us, we have ROMs of every game you can imagine. We could play anything we wanted to via MAME and all that kind of stuff, yet a ton of us still have arcade games in our basement and collect consoles and cartridges because we want the physical thing. So that's why we connected it back to the actual magazine. We're also putting little bonuses in it. There's like posters coming in it. Some of Walter Day's little collectible cards are coming in. So we're putting some of the touchy-feely things that we used to get in our Nintendo Powers and our video game magazines of the 80s and 90s.
I have a question about the print magazine itself. I work in print myself, so I kind of know how it goes. Did you have to fulfill like a certain bulk order at first, and then you're sort of paying yourself back with the subscriber, or are you able to work well enough with whoever's doing your printing that you know, you're getting some flexibility out of it.
Well, I had to print 3,000 copies to start with.
Right.
Okay, well, the first issue, I think we printed 2,500 of the second issue. And literally, we're using those, and I've got about 1,000 of them sitting in my office in box right now that are going to go out to other expos over the next couple months. So we've, on an average issue, there's been about 1,000 copies mailed out to some of the industry players that are out there we want to get the attention of, and subscribers, and then the people that are asking for their one free issue on stuff. And then the other ones are, I mean, for instance, Midwest Gaming Classic up there in Milwaukee that I know you guys hang at, I'll be bringing probably 2,000 copies up for that show. And then all I'm going to ask for out of people is say, just give me your email address, you get a free copy of the magazine. That's all we're asking for out of people.
Nice.
Yeah, it's, again, this year with MGC, I don't think you have any problem going through 2,000 copies of it.
Midwest Gaming Classic has rocked every year, and with it over doubling in size, it's going to be great. Dan Lucen, one of the guys that helps to run it, is actually on our board of directors kind of vibe. He's been helping me out. I was speaking with him earlier this morning about some stuff happening in the social media community of gamers. And he's been a great supporter of what we're doing. He was one of the people that I passed it by when it was still in the idea stage, and he really encouraged me to do it.
Yeah. I love the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
That's going on, yeah. No, Dan is, again, having Dan on the board is a good call. So,
and
nice.
The gaming community isn't that large.
Yeah,
there,
we are kind of an incestuous little group. Just
Well,
put that out there.
I disagree with you. I mean, there's
Stupid 6.
thousands and thousands of gamers across it,
Yeah, but when you start getting into retro gaming, and then all the genres of retro gaming, each group becomes a little bit tighter.
Well, you get a little fractured.
Yeah.
You're right. When you, all right, I'm just gonna be the Jaguar guy.
Well, hey, JagFest. Just remember,
the Jag.
MGC is
Jaguar
called
guy.
JagFest.
Without that.
So yeah, when MGC first started, it was just for the Atari Jaguar. So originally MGC was called JagFest.
For multiple reasons.
You're right.
Yeah. we won't go into the other reasons why though.
Those after parties. Woo. Yeah, rough.
Sweaty.
All right, so so you've talked about a few of the things that you've done so far. So you're 2 issues in so far that you've actually shipped out.
Yep, 2 issues in process right now. It is going to be about the focus of it. While we have a ton of other things in it also, but kind of the cover focus is about maze games. So everything from the Mr. Do's to the PAX to the we even got some kind of Q-Bert stuff in there. Not really a main game, not really a maze game. The next issue after that is going to be about RPGs and some of the adventure type of games. So we're taking a theme. We're taking a theme to each issue. But even if that's not your thing of that type of game, we're still going to have some good material in there covering other stuff for the market.
All right, so go ahead, guys. Jump in. I'll keep going. All right, so dead air sound is always great on a podcast.
We do that a lot, especially when I'm like staring at the screen talking to people.
Yeah, well,
headlights, man.
Yeah, like you're in the headlights. Okay, so right now, I'm going to mention because as we're talking,
I want to fully derail things like I normally do.
No, don't derail things like you
You've been
normally
so
do.
good
So
today.
you have been really
Oh,
good
yes,
today.
right.
All right, so as we're talking right now, I'm literally subscribing to the magazine as we're talking because I know Rob's already grabbed the print copy, but I'm going to grab the print copy. So I see it's on sale right now for $30. So normally it's $35 a year, but right now you can get it for $30 a year,
That's
correct?
$5 an issue. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So
Good
it's
fucking-
literally $5. Travis right. It's literally $5 an issue for what you're getting. So again, yeah, it's cool to have. Again, I like the idea of the touchy-feely, especially with that. So one of the things we used to do in the early days of magazines was we would always go out to the bookstores and magazine stores and grab all the magazines for whatever system we were doing at the time.
I miss those days.
Oh, God,
Just
yeah.
run out there and,
You mean
know,
cover
make a run.
discs?
Yeah, including cover discs. So that brings up a point. I have to ask. So now you cover consoles. Are you going to cover like any of the classic computer systems that were game systems, if you will?
I want to, and that was, I mean, I'd love to have some stuff, the Commodore 64 gaming arena, the Apple II gaming arena, all those, the 8-bits and stuff. I literally am in need of writers in those kinds of areas. So that's something that we're building a website with a ton of material, short form articles, stuff like that, like everybody's used to online. So I need some more writers for that area, and then I also need them for the magazine. So I mean, if someone wanted to cover just the RPG scene of Apple II, and cover Bard's Tale, cover Ultima, cover all those, wizardry and that kind of stuff. I'd love people that know more about those kinds of things to get more involved.
Yeah, those again, because so many of those early computers were really good gaming systems as well. Like you said, the C64, the Apple II.
There's so many help.
I
There's
used it
just
for
so many
schoolwork. Come on.
Oh yeah, sure.
So
A
many
lot of us,
That's how you beg
a lot
for
of, I mean, pre-console days. I mean, I won't say pre-console days, but if in the early days of the console, when it was the Atari 2600 and the television, you very often, and I made the choice. Did I want an Atari? The next gaming system, I had a 2600, but did I want to go ahead and buy the next gaming system, or did I want to cross over into the computer systems? And I crossed over to the computer systems and went the Commodore route at that time, the VIC-20, and then went on from there. But it was a decision you had to make back in the early days
were
of
never
gaming.
the same.
No, they weren't. So it'd be cool to see that kind of stuff touched on in a magazine as well. Not that there aren't, again, tons of things like this, but I like the idea, again, of having a hard copy magazine that people can look at.
You can bring it into the hot tub and not worry about it. You can bring it into the bathtub and
It's
I
like
don't
it's like the internet, but offline.
yeah, well,
Yeah, wow, really?
It's like Wikipedia on paper.
yeah.
Oh, wait, we used to call those encyclopedias.
Yeah, okay.
So
That's the thing. We're trying to find our own niche as to what we can do in a magazine format that's different than what podcasters are doing, what bloggers are doing. We're trying to find that niche still, and I think we're getting close to it with this in-depth type of material. One of the things that was kind of cool, if you guys have the magazine there handy, check out the back couple pages. We're doing a price guide that we're getting off of the puregaming.org app. And we're putting a price guide in there, a collecting type of guide. I haven't decided what the third issue is going to be on that side of things yet, but some people that don't have access to the app all the time kind of enjoy looking through there and seeing what the really weird, stupid, expensive games are to collect.
Yeah, no, and that's, it's funny you talk about price guides. That becomes kind of mission critical for people who are into retro gaming. I know that, I was just talking about somebody was, Racket Boy is doing the same thing, starting a price guide. But to have a hard copy you can take out with you when you go places, so you're not staring at your damn phone trying to figure out what the price is.
Is it just as rude?
So
Or just a little less rude?
No, I think it's less obvious. Most people won't know what the hell you're doing with a magazine. They're going to know what you're doing on their phone. If I got my magazine with me, they're not going to look at me quite as rude as I'm on my damn phone. Because then they know you're on eBay.
Now, on the pricing guide, is it just sort of a survey, or is it sort of a most in this group have been following the Vectrex market fairly regularly for probably 2-3 years.
Oh,
and,
longer than that, Larry.
Well, all right, and so probably more.
Yeah, a lot longer than that.
And so we watched it go up and down and stuff like that. So then we see, the system is going for $250 right now, and well, that's kind of up. That's kind of it's. So if you got a system right now for $250, maybe a little overpaid or something. Is the pricing guide kind of based on just what it is, or what sort of your opinion or thoughts might be on where maybe the market should be at, or?
Well, the gentleman that I work with on this has the app that is available on phones and like that. From what I understand, he works off of algorithms, bouncing off eBay, bouncing off Amazon, and also private collector stuff, and then general trends. A combat cartridge for on the original Atari is worth 50 cents right now. When that Retron 77 comes out, it might be worth $1 because now people have more ways to play it. So there'll be some overall trends to things that he keeps track of. But I'd really have to have you talk with more with him as to how it works. But from what I understand, it's bouncing off of all kinds of different engines and just seeing a lot of overall trends. And maybe, every time a Sonic game comes out, its classic Sonic games go up in value. I don't know. But, I mean, that's just something that he supposedly watches and keeps track of.
So,
No.
yeah. So, all right. But I actually was going to ask this a little earlier when they were talking subscriptions and that. You decided to go with Patreon. Describe that choice.
Well, we wanted to offer it two ways. We offer the Patreon system. for people that honestly have been screwed by a retro publisher in the past. There has been a lot of those. Most notably, some people that went out of business in the last year. I won't name names, but it's a retro-related magazine. Okay.
We had him on the show.
There's been a lot. There's been more than a couple that have faded away, and people kind of worried about that kind of stuff. So literally, out of our subscribers, I think I've got 20 of them that are on Patreon. They wanted to be able to buy it issue by issue, and that's a way I can do it and not have it be a pain in the butt to keep track of. So we offered it that way, and then we also offered the traditional subscription that you're making your $30-ish investment in me being around a year from now.
Which I just did, so be around for at least that long.
Oh, I throw out more money. You know, $30 is
I know.
nothing
Well,
for retro
again,
gamers now.
for something delivered to your door.
Well, I think I'd like to pull this into the idea that is 6 beers.
That's perfect.
Dude, I bought a
6
copy
beers.
of World
6
War
beers.
One for
6 magazines.
$25 last week.
I was just gonna say, how many duplicates do you have of
Yeah,
things?
it's like
I mean,
I think that was a $5 game on Kmart clearance when I originally bought it. Now it's $25. $30 is nothing.
Yeah, it's chump change.
And I'll make you a deal for anybody listening to this that you are a beer drinker and you enjoy your beer. You buy a subscription to it. I'm going to make that subscription kind of only really cost you 5 beers because I'll buy you that 6th beer next time you see me. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Whoa, careful about that. MGC can get really expensive when you start buying beer. Trust us on this one.
Oh yeah.
Only on the first full subscription, obviously.
Okay, all right.
Only on the full
All right,
subscription.
all right.
That makes sense.
If you want to buy 3 years in a row, yeah, I'll get you 3 beers. But I'm not going to drink one with you because one of them would probably put me under. I've only had 2 beers in my life, bro. I like hanging out with people that like to drink, but it's not my scene.
So you're a
I like to
vodka
drink it
drinker.
myself.
Oh.
So what's your favorite root beer then?
They have a root beer they sell. I can't remember what Selectors or something like that. They sell
Spreckers.
Yeah.
That's a
That's
Wisconsin
Milwaukee.
brewery. It's Milwaukee.
Okay, well then bring me some. Bring me some.
Oh,
over.
oh,
And
peanut.
I'll
Okay,
hang
bro.
with you guys and suck down liquor's taste.
That's
root beer
perfect.
instead.
Yeah, no,
We got you hooked
They
up.
have a plethora of delicious carbonated. They do like very like gourmet sodas. They got like an orange dream, like a dreamsicle, the Raven
Yep.
Red.
That's
like a
really
drink.
good.
Yeah, we are so hooking you up at MGC.
Man, they do good work.
but their tour is really
So tell me,
boring.
MGC,
True.
you guys have always had your
It
kind of
was
sweet
boring.
stuff. I'm turning it on you now. You've always kind of had your sweet. Are you going to kind of have a good turf zone at the convention center?
Travis.
You're going to all have to come back to over to
Yeah,
the hotel.
I actually brought up the specs. I have narrowed down to 2 rooms that we'll be in, and
Okay.
it's going to be around a 1,500-foot room. It's either going to be 1,558 square feet or 1,230 square feet.
So roughly 3 times as large as our normal area.
So that's so we can have our own beer pong Olympics or something?
Oh, I think we'll find things to fill it with. We're working on a couple new goodies to bring out there. I think you'll be interested in. Actually, you helped me with one of these new goodies, and you don't even know it.
Okay, you're not going to
we get to that
Yeah,
story.
so
No, it's a surprise. We gotta be careful how much we give out because
Top
Games
secret.
So,
Guys
okay,
Games Beer has a top
you-
secret project.
You run an auction in Iowa that I know of, and that's the one that is the first Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the only one you run?
I am pretty much like the second or third in charge of it, but a lot of people think I run it because I'm the one that promotes the heck out of it. But essentially, yeah, it is. This year we're having one on the Saturday before Easter and the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then the Saturday one after Thanksgiving, last time I wasn't able to be there, and I was really bummed because we had like 600 items for sale of games, all set up, all operating. Was absolutely amazing from what I was told.
Oh, it was? No, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, the one after Thanksgiving was amazing. There were so many machines.
I
And
remember the one in Easter.
well, all right. So the one at Easter had 600. Well, the one at Thanksgiving had at least that much.
Oh, at least.
Yep.
And I was surprised at what things went for. Some things that I thought were worth very much at all went for like $1,000, and things that I was like, man, that's worth something, went for $1.
Auctions are weird, man. Auctions are weird. People will bid on what they want, and that will drive that price up. If nobody has an interest in it, I don't care what it's worth. It's only going to go for what somebody there is
Makes
worth
sense.
paying for
Yeah,
it.
So,
limited audience.
Where's your Easter one? Is that also in Iowa?
It's also at the same location.
Oh,
We have a goal of getting another one going up you guys' direction somewhere down the line. So maybe we can work together, talk at MGC a little bit about that. We'd love to put one up in the Chicagoland, Milwaukee area down there, because one of our big guys that brings a ton of games comes down from your neck of the woods anyway. So it's in the future that we'd love to do one up your neck of the woods.
Well, I talked to you before about it.
Yeah.
Emailed back and forth about doing one at Racine Festival Hall.
Right, which is between
Yeah.
Chicago
which
and
would
Milwaukee.
have been, which we actually would be perfect. And at the time, it didn't work out date wise, but I think that should be explored again.
I like that idea. Easy to
Absolutely.
get
I'm not
things
the
done.
man that can actually pull the trigger and do it finally, but Tom Rhodes, who does come with me up to MGC about every other year, I'll make sure to drag him up this time. We'll convince him into it.
Smooth.
Yeah, no, I think it would be a good plan. Racine's a good. Racine is about midway between Chicago and Milwaukee.
Does he
How do you go
compare?
midway? Wait a minute.
It's
like,
it's 60-40.
it's
Yeah.
60-40.
60-40.
All right.
That's
But
pretty
it's
midway.
All right, all right.
It's
all right.
basically you got this hub of people and this hub of people.
Yeah.
Now it's 25.
Actually, it's one of the brightest places from space. The corridor from Milwaukee to
Yeah,
Chicago.
yeah.
So I mean, it is
All right.
the corridor.
Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, I'm like.
So
All right. So,
hey, you always get a fun
I do have a
fact.
surprise for you when you come to the MGC. You will see the surprise that the Guys Games and Beer crew is working on.
Can I'm gonna say this. So,
All right.
So Tom and I put in about 12 hours
On our
into
feet.
this, and basically the surprise was found in the junk pile version of the auction.
Yeah, yeah. So literally, it was something nobody else wanted, but me and Larry saw what it was, and we waited around 12 hours while that auction rolled by for that last damn item of the evening. And I do mean it was like one of the last. It was literally like one of the last items of the evening. We stood around till the very end and got that item, and it's going to be at Midwest Gaming Classic.
So
Okay.
you have that location going forward then, huh?
Yeah, we have it for a couple years. It works out great. For instance, the Thanksgiving one is a good month or a month and a half after the park closes, so it's pretty available to us. The Easter one is literally about 2 weeks before the park opens for its normal season, so it's a great, big, wide open place. One of the best things we like about it is also they've got a ton of electricity in the floor at that place. I mean, when you roll these games, and it's sort of like the Doc Ock that Dan Lucen has
We moved Doc
the show.
Yeah.
We know
that
all
hooks
about
up
that.
everything. You need power everywhere because these suckers are CRTs.
Yeah.
You gotta have a lot of power to power that many screens.
It was a great venue.
You know,
actually.
it is a great venue, and I was hoping you didn't get in too much trouble for a couple yahoos just walking around the park when they shouldn't have been.
Oh.
That may have been us, but don't
Also,
tell
what's the
anyone.
deal with that
They put the sign up afterwards. There was no sign when we walked around.
It wasn't as visible.
Okay,
it was
well,
way
that
more
may have been us,
visible.
but don't tell anyone.
Well, that was Tom. What the heck?
I didn't do
Really?
that.
Because for those that don't know, this auction is at Adventureland in Iowa, and it's a theme park. And I did a little research on it because I was instantly intrigued. Because walking into the place, it felt very familiar to me. Like, hey, wait, this looks like something else I've been to. And so, and basically, it's railroad tracks, and there's a couple tunnels underneath, and a thing up above. It essentially is a miniature. The opening area up to this theme park is the Magic Kingdom in miniature version. And when I did a little research, it turns out that Disney, the corporation Disney, did help them design this theme park.
Well, that was
Oh, I
nice.
didn't know that part. Okay.
Yeah. So this theme park, it was just really intriguing to me, to check it out. But the space worked out really great. It's just a flat theater, a big flat theater where you could line up all these machines, and so it worked out really well.
Okay, I'm going to bring it back around. So, all right, Ryan, one more time. So the magazine is?
Old School Gamer. Check out oldschoolgamer.com.
All right.
And get us the free. We'll send you out the free copy. And I want to see everybody that's in this room that I can't see right now that's been talking with me to at least sign up for the freebie issue so I can send it out to you guys.
I already subscribed.
Everybody that's listening to this wonderful event, check it out. We're going to be doing the third issue is going to ship by about February 15th or 20th. So as long as you sign up by February 10th, you'll get that next issue in your mailbox.
If someone's interested in your auctions.
Yes. Check out amusementauctions.com, and you can check out more information there. And either that or track me down, either hanging out with these guys at Midwest Gaming Classic, sucking down my root beer, and ask me more questions about it. And maybe we'll be able to get something, another location going, and have these auctions. They're an absolute blast to go to because they're all turned on. You play all the games all you want to, and then we all bid against each other to get them. A lot of people bring a game or two that they got bored with in their personal collection, then go home with a different one, and maybe some money. I've actually been coming home with money most recently.
Holy
but
crap!
As I sell. It's a nice combo.
That's a really nice combo because normally it's the drain on the bank account, not the addition to.
But I can tell you about the surprise machine that we found in the junk part.
You are giving away too much.
We're not going to give anything more about that. But we did buy another machine. I bought a machine. I bought the CamCon bowling machine, and I was really happy. It was the machine I wanted. I saw it online and I wanted it, and it was there. So it was awesome.
All right,
Hand up.
Rob, why don't you go ahead and take us out?
All right. Well, you survived another episode of Guys, Games, and Beer. If you're interested in Old School Gamer Magazine, you can check them out at www.oldschoolgamermagazine.com or look on the screen, folks, if you're watching the video version, because it's down at the bottom. You can check us out at
What if I can't read?
If you can't read, then, well, you know, you're going to have a hard time with the magazine.
The magazine might be a problem
There
for
are
you.
good pictures in it, so you'll be okay.
I buy it just for the pictures.
Have your mom browse her way over there. You can check us out at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. If you are a big old Facebook fan, you can friend us, because we need friends, at www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer. On Twitter, @guysgamesbeer. Don't forget there's free game giveaways. I gave away one this week on Facebook
Dang,
for
you
once.
did. I will be giving away a game tomorrow on Twitter, so keep an eye on the feed for a free game tomorrow.
You know, I want reviews on these games when you get them. No, I don't. They're some of them are really bad.
We give away
actually
crappy
gave away a
games.
good one this week.
You did actually.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good.
All right.
Speaking of pretty
Might be
good.
nice.
Huh?
The comment might be nice.
You can comment on the game. Yeah.
Feel free.
Say, well,
All
I
right.
got this game.
Yeah, you can comment on the game we give away.
Or just run off with it.
Yeah, and
And
it's yours
never
now.
Rub your hands
And
in
don't
it.
even say thank you for it, you ungrateful old bastards.
I kind of like the abuse, so it's okay.
All right, Rob, take us the rest
Thanks
of
for
the way
watching,
out.
Guys, Games, and Beer. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye. Wait. Don't click it.
It's totally in transition.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Where are we going to be?